What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning on in. In this one, we are going to be talking about all things speed training. Let's get right into it. So I have had quite a few questions, comments, and just people asking me like, Mike, what's your workout split? What's your workout routine? What exercises do you do in the gym? How do you speed train? How many balls do you hit? When do you do it? Like, there's just so many questions. So we're going to split this up into two different videos. The first one being my personal opinion, the most important thing to picking up club head speed, which is speed training. And then in the second video, we're going to talk about getting yourself into the gym, what sort of golf specific exercises you can do, as well as a really good workout split that can fit all different sorts of lifestyles. So to kick things off, what is speed training? Simply put, it's going to be swinging as fast as you can or hitting balls as hard as you can for a certain period of time or for a certain hit count. Different methods of speed training include weighted clubs, impact bags, or just swinging your driver and hitting range balls as hard as you possibly can. My personal favorite is the latter. I enjoy actually hitting a golf ball and just getting used to that motion of swinging as fast as you possibly can. This isn't a reality for everyone because maybe you have a tight driving range at your local course and you're worried about spraying it too far left or right and putting it onto a golf hole or hitting a parking lot or something. So that's where the weighted club swings come in, or an impact bag. So if you can do the golf ball hitting route, that's what I would recommend. As for a hit count, there are so many different options based on your body type, what kind of training you're used to, and how mobile you are, all sorts of different variables there. For the average person, if you've never speed trained before, and if you're not super used to going to the gym or heavy weightlifting, anything like that, I would recommend hitting about 40 golf balls as hard and as fast as you possibly can 2 times a week for about 8 weeks. That's going to build up a really solid speed reserve. And what a speed reserve is when you're hitting those balls, you're going to notice your top speed is here. It's going to increase to there. Well, when your top speed increases, your average speed is going to slowly increase as well. So again, that is going to be hit 40 golf balls as fast and as hard as you can 2 times a week for 8 weeks. Obviously, you're going to want to continue to do it after those 8 weeks, but 8 weeks is kind of the minimum that you're going to see to really build that speed and retain the speed. You'll notice in your first couple training sessions, you're going to jump up like maybe 8 miles an hour, and you're going to think, oh, like, wow, I just picked up 8 miles an hour. Well, the next time you go out, you might not be quite as fast. The beginner gains, it's the same with anything, especially like gym stuff. The beginner gains are huge, and then you are going to plateau. And a big thing with speed training is it's super, super frustrating, but you have to fight through that plateau because you will get another big increase at some point. You just have to keep pushing. It's if you look at it on a graph, it's not linear. You're never going to increase like that. It's going to go up and then plateau. You might even go down a little bit. I had a 3-month span where I was just on this downward spiral and I couldn't figure out why. Made some tweaks and we started to pick up speed again. So don't get discouraged, don't get frustrated, trust the process and start hitting bombs. And if you can't hit golf balls, looking at different companies that have weighted swing sticks, like Super Speed Golf. I think the Ripstick is another one. The Stack is another system. Those are all just different forms of different head weights of these sticks. And the theory is that as you're swinging heavier items, when you go back to picking up your driver, you can move it faster because you're used to swinging a heavier item. So I personally used the Super Speed Golf program, used it for quite a while, did notice some increases, but in my opinion, there's just no replacement for truly hitting golf balls. The other thing that I never actually got my hands on that I really did want to is something, I think they're called Tour Tempo. I might be wrong there. If I am, I'll put it up on the screen. I'll Google it after. But it's a ball that has Velcro on it attached to a stick, and you can hit a little mat, and then at least that gives you some feedback of actually making impact with something. Because if you get so used to just swinging weighted clubs, you're not actually making impact with anything. So when you go back to hitting your driver, sure, you might be a little bit faster, but releasing your hands and hitting that impact is something that is crucial. Now, if you're going any of those routes, again, it's just kind of like a listen to your body sort of thing. You can follow different protocols that all of these companies will have on their website. Just make sure that you are well stretched and well warmed up before you get into anything speed training. The last thing you want to do is start swinging out of your boots and you're not warmed up, you tear a muscle, and then you're laid up for 4 weeks because you've pulled something. Then you can't even swing at all. That's the opposite of what we want. So make sure you're warmed up, make sure you're stretched, and then get into the protocols or the speed training. On the topic of listening to your body, as you progress, if you're hitting golf balls, if you add a 40 hit count 2 times a week for 8 weeks, you can start upping that as you build your stamina and as you feel yourself that you can personally just go for longer and still maintain a high level of speed. And it's all relative. A high level of speed for you might be 100 miles an hour. A high level of speed for someone else might be 120. So once you get more used to that, I would up it to 3 times a week, and you can start upping your hit count in increments of 20 golf balls. So go from 40 to 60 to 80 to 100, etc., and just do what feels comfortable. So speed training is honestly as simple as that. This is going to be a pretty quick video. The longer one is going to be when we get into our gym routines, workout splits, different golf specific exercises that we can do. That one will be next week, but for this one I just wanted to focus on what I think is the most important thing to picking up club head speed, and that is just getting raw speed training, swinging as fast as you can, hitting something as hard as you can. I promise you're going to notice a massive increase in club head speed. I did this with a buddy of mine, Steve, and we picked him up like 8 miles an hour over a few sessions. And if you stay consistent with that, you're going to hold on to that speed. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning on in. Until next time, have a good one.